Working a job while also going to college can be a lot to juggle, but lots of students do this to help pay for classes and living expenses. According to a study by the National Center for Education Statistics, about 40% of full-time undergraduate students have a job. That number goes up to 74% for part-time undergrad students. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on News Center Maine at 5:30. I'm Zach Blanchard.
And I'm Chris Costa. Recently here in Maine and across the U.S., we've seen more workers unionize to leverage better pay or working conditions. And that momentum is starting to inspire some student workers in the state.
News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour spoke with students at Bowdoin College in Brunswick who say they aren't being paid fairly, Caroline.
Hey, yeah, that's right, Zach and Chris. Working a job on campus has become the norm for many attending college nowadays, but students I spoke with today say it's becoming increasingly apparent that their pay isn't reflecting the effort they're putting in.
As much as I'm passionate about this, it was not on my mind as I entered my sophomore year.
For Bowdoin students who work in campus housing, the job comes with wearing many hats.
So there's roommate conflicts, there's negotiating how to find classes, and it's a lot of kind of daily, weekly support.
As a ResLife proctor, they live in the dorms and are required to patrol the buildings, host floor dinners, attend weekly meetings, and more.
It's quite intense. Like you're living, for example, I'm a proctor, so I live on the floor. Yeah. You know, we track our hours, and it's kind of difficult to track some of those hours.
Although the position is advertised as requiring 7 to 12 hours of work per week, many who hold the job say they often work that many hours in just one day.
And we kind of saw this disconnect between how much work we're putting in and how much work other colleges, RAs, are equally putting in.
And with a maximum compensation of around $7,000 a year and no assistance provided for room and board, student workers asked for a better deal, but Bowdoin leaders said no.
What's the next step when the administration just says no? You know, like these are things that, you know, is not a part of like the student toolbook.
Student workers are now taking action to unionize. More than 80% of ResLife staff signed a petition to join the Office and Professional Employees International Union this week.
You know, that's one of the most significant changes that's been happening is that younger workers are organizing.
Union organizer Scott Williams says since the National Labor Relations Board made the decision to allow graduate students to unionize, more students have been following in their footsteps.
It's a really big piece of campus, and I think that for all of us, if we could, you know, make a statement there, I think it really sends a message.
Students submitted their petition to Bowdoin's president and gave the school a deadline of this Friday to respond. We reached out to Bowdoin College, and they tell us administrators received those materials from the union, and they're now considering the next steps. Zach and Chris.
All right, Caroline LaCour in the studio tonight. Thanks so much.